Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Nick and Knarf. We caring for your ears, eyes, mouth, nose, and throat and other organs. We are here to bring you delights of the senses from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and beyond. Every human endeavor in music is always considered, not always played. But we are here together, just like the band that we are going to feature today, the great Australian band formed in 1978. It is Men at Work, and we are like them. We are men at work today and men without hats. Nick is going to tell you about it.
Obviously, these guys made a major impact with their initial album because, you know, you guys all heard it, Down Under and Who Can It Be Now?
Be Good, Johnny.
I love that one. Obviously, the frontman was Colin Hay, the guy that does the singing. And then there were also added with Jerry Speiser on drums, and then joined by Greg Ham. Greg Ham's the guy who played the sax and the flute, and he was a phenomenal athlete. A musician. The thing I heard about him is that he really didn't want to go on tour a lot. And listen, we talked about this. If you didn't write the song and you don't go on tour, you're not making a ton of money if you're a musician. So I'm sure that had a lot to do with it. But I remember in about, I think it was 2001 or 2002, they came to Thousand Oaks, California. Actually, Colin came to Thousand Oaks, California under the name of Men at Work. And I took my second daughter, Emma, and we really enjoyed his concert. He played for about an hour and a half in a park for free, and it was great. We loved it.
Oh, yeah. They only made 3 albums. They did, their first album was Business as Usual, which there's their breakthrough album. The second one, Cargo, was also very, very successful. Had some hits on that album. One of our selections will be from Cargo. And then their third and final album was Two Hearts from 1985. And then they broke up through 1986 and then reunited again in the 90s, sort of, to kind of do a comeback tour. But pretty much there was a huge gap in time after they broke up after their third album. But
do you know that they sold over 30 million records? Think about that. Only 3 albums, 30 million records. And of course, it's worldwide, and they were huge in Australia. They won Grammy Award for Best New Artist in '83. But I mean, it's kind of like that's what happens. You reach the peak, and then, internal troubles.
You just don't know what the personal chemistry is when you start confronting fame. Really, these guys, confront fame, the obligations of travel and performing and delivering, and it takes, it puts a lot of pressure on everybody. But thank God we got some really good stuff to share. And from
Australia, man, we never give them enough credit. We're always talking about how great music is from England and Canada
and the U.S.
Boy, we've got some great acts coming out of Australia.
Tremendous music from Australia. And hello, to all our friends down under down there. But speaking of Down Under, let's get to it. But before we do, I'd like to invite you and yours to please subscribe, like, and share. If you have not, hit the like icon. That really helps us promote. And then all of you who are subscribers, thank you for all your support.
And then don't forget, hit that notification bell. That tells you when we're coming out.
I always forget to put that, but Nick always
remembers.
Okay,
because that's what I do. I like to, watch a lot of different acts, so to speak, on YouTube. And it's kind of fun watching when people have never heard a particular act or song before. But what's so cool is being with Frank here, he knows so much music that when he plays stuff, there's probably 1 out of 4 that I don't even know the song. In this case, Men at Work, I do. But if you've seen some of our last videos, even the band, most people would think, oh, you probably heard all their stuff. Well, I haven't. 2 out of the 3 songs we played, I never heard them before.
But Nick knows a lot about music, and he's got great taste, and he enjoys it, and he speaks his mind, and that's why we're always ready to share stuff with him and wait to hear what he thinks. But we're ready to hear what you guys think. And leave us comments anytime you want, too.
And we're dedicating this song to no one. So you guys just listen and shut up.
And enjoy. So here's Nick's selection, the first selection from Men at Work's first album, Business as Usual. Here it is, Who Can It Be Now?
I love this song. Such a great intro, huh?
Who can it be knocking at my door? Go away, don't come round here no more. Can't you see that it's late at night? I'm very tired and I'm not feeling right. All I wish Why do they follow me? It's not the future that I can see. It's just my fantasy.
Of this lead right in the middle.
So this has got to be one of those songs that after you've written it and recorded it, you go, we're going to sell 50 million. I mean, you know, it's so good. It's kind of like Boston's first album. I mean, so many bands that came out with that first album that just knew in their heart of hearts.
What a combination of styles and sounds in that song. It's a new wave song, but it feels sort of traditional, feels sort of 80s. It feels like funk. And how minimal it starts out, and then the layering enters, you know, that dun-dun-dun-dun on the guitar, and then the harmonies. I love when they come out of the lead, how they come out, and then everything is filling in. It's got this real orchestral power almost with just these few instruments. It's just beautifully produced.
His falsetto, kind of like a scream, is so good. You know, the tone in his voice is just powerful.
What a tasty number. I mean, this album had 3 huge songs. It had this one, it had Down Under, and then Be Good Johnny were the 3 biggest ones. And I'm really fond of the last song, Down by the Sea, which is a really moody, trippy song. This album is outstanding if you haven't heard it, but it was a huge breakthrough for the band and really put them on the map. And
30 million, 3 albums, 30 million. Who does that?
You just wonder why they didn't make more, but they really were talented and really brought a unique sound. Anyway, what did you think of Who Can It Be Now? Leave us your comments. We will love to have a dialogue with you and share our thoughts and our communication back with you, because it's just great doing that. We really enjoy it, and this is a great song to enjoy. That's a wonderful selection from Nick. And now I've got a selection off their second album, the 1983 follow-up to Business as Usual, the album Cargo. And the song is their biggest hit from this album. It's Overkill. And I'll be right back in a second because I've got to take a pause to change the CD. So we'll be right back. Okay, everyone, thanks for your patience during the intermission. Just a short break. Now we get into our second selection. This one's my selection. It's from the second album by Men@Work, Cargo. And it's one of their biggest songs from 1983. And here we go. Let's get into it. It's Overkill by Men@Work.
Get to sleep. I think about the implications of diving in too deep, and possibly the complications, especially at night. I worry over situations I know we'll be alright. Perhaps it's just an imagination. Day after day it reappears. Night after night my heartbeat shows the fear. Ghosts appear and fade away. the sheets only brings exasperation. It's time to walk the streets, smell the desperation. At least there's pretty lights, and though there's little variation, it nullifies the night from overkill. Day after day reappear, night after night my heartbeat shows the fear. Ghosts appear and fade away. Come back another day.
That is a well-constructed song.
That's exactly what I was going to say. You feel that song was assembled so meticulously. Yep. The subtleties in the back. I mean, I was listening for the deeper sounds behind him singing. There's this like chorus that kind of comes up. When I go to sleep, and when I go to sleep, and you hear this, and then it fades out. I mean, little things like that. And that saxophone, that moody sax.
I love that.
Oh, and it has like these layers. You feel like you're falling into the song because there's so many subtle, soft little layers of things. Just amazing.
So, you know, he's got a kind of like Sting-like vocal that he kind of does. But you know, he really reminds me of the guy Back to the Future, the song in Back to the
Lewis?
Huey Lewis, yes.
Sounds like Huey Lewis?
Listen to Huey Lewis's voice, kind of same style.
It's around the same time. I mean, Huey Lewis and the News were big right around the same time.
Pretty similar.
And you know what the saxophone kind of reminded me of a little bit too, Nick, is Quarter Flash.
Yeah.
I mean, it really brought, have you guys ever heard Quarter Flash? They have saxophone in a lot of their stuff. And I mean, it's really similar.
But this song here showed that they were really good songwriters. They could really put together a well-constructed
song. The production values in this song are just really
so
fine.
Sad they couldn't stick it out.
Very focused, very precise. It's minimalist but rich, their songs, you know? It doesn't have a lot of loud infill from all kinds of places, but they know when to bring it in, when to elevate
tasty
it.
Guitar, not wild, nothing fantastic, but it was tasty and it was just enough. You know,
a really wonderful act from the 80s that only really never fulfilled perhaps a lot more potential, but God sure left us some really fine stuff from the 80s. What did you guys think of Overkill and Who Can It Be Now? And leave us your comments about your Men at Work experience.
So did they sound like Huey Lewis a little bit? I mean, is his voice a little bit of Sting? Does that kind of, I mean, that Sting has that weird style that he can kind of grate on me a little bit. But I know he's a phenomenal talent, so don't get me wrong as far as that's concerned. It's just that he's always singing at that really high pitch. And
I keep telling Nick, as time goes on, the music of the 80s is starting to really resonate more powerfully, deeply, and amazing. When you listen to stuff from the beginning of the 80s on, I know it was a kind of a shock to the system and kind of dismissed by a lot of people
You
after the
can't go
greatness
back, Frank.
of the
You
greatness.
can't go back.
The greatness of the 70s, you know. Now, enough time has passed that when you look in hindsight at the 80s,
Agreed.
you
Good
really
point.
start really recognizing the mark it made on the evolution of modern rock and
That's a
pop
great
and everything.
point. It's a great point.
You know, going back to the new age stuff of late 70s, early 80s really kind of ushered in this incredible explosion that was for a long time not taken seriously, but really so much great music from the 80s. And this is one of it.
Yeah.
The menatwork and their great stuff. But anyway, hope you enjoyed our show today. If you haven't, please, and you like what you heard, subscribe, like, and share. We're caring for your ears every video. Hit that like icon, hit the notification bell like Nick says to be notified when we got a new video. And thank you all of the rest of you who support us for all your love and support. It means so much to us.
Blessings in 2023. We guys will hope to see you next time here on Nick and Knarf.
Two of us playing music, caring for earlobes. Anyway,
See you later, guys.
ciao, Bumby.
Ciao.